What's the big question?
What if everything you know to be true was just one big lie?
Hi, I'm Sophia Jessica, and this is Angel, and welcome to the fan carpet.
The surprises. The beginning of season 2, we're in a whole different reality. And by the end of season 2, you're going to be thrown into a whole entirely different reality. So super excited by that. Super excited by people's response to it. See Silo season 2.
First thing for me was the part when they pitched it to me. It was a middle-aged 11-year-old kid, basically, long hair and a beard, and isolated for decades. That alone was very intriguing. And then I read season 2 and thought it was brilliant. And then I watched season 1 before it was finished. I binged it in one day and was beyond excited to be a part of something so great.
So one of the big challenges for Bernard is that he possesses information that no one else possesses and can't share it. And so that's a kind of lonely existence. Part of the demand of his job is that he not get emotionally involved with anyone. And imagine that as one of the requirements for your job, that you have to shut off that part of the human spirit that longs for love and touch and, relationship. Bernard is dedicated to survival of the silo, and everything else takes a backseat to that.
Well, I was only in the last episode of season 1, so as an actor, I'm like, yay, get to do season 2, get to explore Carla's relationship with Martha, get to be on that fantastic set. The set is amazing. And the journey where they start to ask questions, they get answers, but those answers just lead to more questions. So that's my journey, yeah.
Right out of the gate, we're shooting on all cylinders. I think the thing that most excited me was just watching this journey and being with these actors, and everything is on its front foot. There's not a moment to spare. I think the audience is just going to be, just hold on tight.
I'm just gonna ad-lib off of what Shane said as well. It's very, very fast-paced. We never have time to rest, and it's just, you got to be always staying on the ball. Every episode at the end is a cliffhanger, so you're going to be on the edge of your seats just thinking, what's next? And I think that's the exciting thing about all of this,
I will say, only because they said that, also, there's 2 separate worlds this season. And watching them interplay, and now that we've seen it, there's some incredible work done in the other, the other world. Yeah. So there's some really beautiful work done by across the board, and it's awesome to watch that and be a part of that.
Yeah, Juliette has gone over the hill. Where is she? It's her sole mission to find out not only where she is, but how that's happened, something that's never happened before. And so the kind of scope of our existence has just blown up. And I don't want to say too much about the outside world or even what happens in our silo, because season 2 is completely jam-packed, and all the characters go on such a huge journey. Where they start and end is completely different, which is down to the wonderful writers, and it's a playground, which we love acting in, yeah.
Absolutely amazing. The really unique thing about this season is I work with Rebecca. These guys I know just because we're hanging out. But I didn't really get to work with anybody other than Rebecca, which makes it really a very unique experience, because, it was like we were doing a play on the West End, some Beckett or Pinter play. With Rebecca? Oh, shit, man. There's so many days where she was stealing stuff from my set. Yeah, she's an executive producer. She was stealing little trinkets and things and showing it to me. I'm like, dude, you know that you don't have to steal this stuff. Yeah, klepto. Set klepto.
hard worker, good person, great actress, sets a great example. Absolutely love Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah, but I mean, they're both introverted. They're both kind of like opposite, but maybe similar on a lot of levels. She is an amazing human being. She's really sweet, really funny and playful. We work very similarly. Very serious when the camera's rolling, and then screwing around when we're not. When it's not. She's over-prepared, has an opinion, smart. We became very close on this, and it was, which is not often the case, and but she's a good pal of mine. So,
I mean, Rebecca's an amazing actor and leader on set, and I think if you're watching the show or anything else she's done, you fall in love with her. So for us in our silo for season 2, you get to feel the loss of her, and it takes an incredible performer in person to leave that kind of hole, and I think you feel that in the show.
Absolutely. I agree. Rebecca's a force of nature, you know, and as a leader, she wasn't necessarily physically there with us, but she was present, you know, and I think she raised the bar so high in season 1 that we all felt a real burden to bring our absolute best and try to bring the energy that she brought to season 1.
Because at the same time, her character is strong, but she's vulnerable. She's you follow her through so many emotions. Every question and questioning moment is clearly realised on her face and her character in the way that she acts. So she's a really compelling lead character who you want to follow. You feel for, you feel emotionally attached to, so you want to know the outcome of her story.
Well, she's been brave enough to head out and keep going. So whether she's survived over that hill or not, she's still a beacon of our world's opening up, and you know, graffiti's appearing around the silo. There's a real presence, even though she's not there.
I think in season 2, it's just harder and harder to stay in the middle. The questions are bigger and harder, and Billings has to make some choices that he really doesn't want to make. I think that continues, right? Yeah.
I think the biggest journey for Knox is he starts out as a guy who really believes that if he does the right thing, that the world will do the right thing as well. And in this journey, his ideals are broken, and he has to kind of rethink what it means to be a leader.
I feel like the most of the characters in the show are questioning their world. They want to know what the truth is. They're seeking after truth. Like in today's world, where we're like, our facts is the truth. I also feel like the world is so well realised that, and the story is so well told that obviously pulls people in, makes it more compelling.
Shirley comes at the second season from a place of rage and frustration and deep sadness, and that's really driving her forward. Along the way, she realises maybe that's not going to get the results that she necessarily wants, and she has to kind of tweak the tactic a bit. And so along the way, you get these you go from the larger scope of the silo to these more tender, beautiful moments where they are plotting and talking things through, especially with Shirley and Knox. And the journey continues.
Listen, I love theatre, so I love being in the company of actors. And these guys are, as you say, amazing. Everyone is totally 100% in there. It's just a joy to be on set. We've also got really, really amazing directors and a really, really good crew. I think everyone who's participated in this, from the set builders to the scenic artists to everyone, the runners, the first, the seconds, the third, the actors, it's just a really, really great team all round.
A lot of questions are answered, but then you peel it away and there's bigger questions underneath. So I think that there's a certain amount of satisfaction. We're not just going to leave everybody hanging, but keep peeling away the onion and it gets deeper and deeper.
Yeah, the whole season's kind of like payoff. And then it's going to hit you with some questions that are even bigger that you didn't even know. And I think it's awesome.
I feel like we're being given a chance to portray characters. It's me and Harriet, older female characters on the TV, and I feel like there are often not enough parts for us. These are really good parts, they're really interesting, so to follow our stories is going to resonate with a lot of people out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of parallels to today, you know, where they're constantly questioning whether the screens are telling us the truth, which is so apt for us, always looking at screens, you know, and also people in a position of power and authority and how much of that information we take as 100% truth or how we go about challenging that.
Yeah, I think it's the idea that it's an accessible, kind of relatable science fiction story, meaning it's 150 years from now, but you know, if you read the paper, it's something that a world that maybe isn't, that might be around the corner, unfortunately. So it gives it that weight, and then shrinking the world into a cylinder that goes underground that, you know, where 10,000 people live and don't know anything of why they're there. It's a fascinating kind of microcosm of like society, politics, truth, life, happiness, all those things.
I think it's really scary relevant. I think, you know, one of the great themes of our show is the screen telling the truth? And could there be a bigger metaphor for our life right now? We all have these screens in our pocket and we're wondering, are they telling the truth, or is this, you know? And that's one of the biggest themes of Silo. We're trying to figure out what's out there in the real world and what's the truth, you know?
I was so excited by the response to season 1 and how audiences took to it. It was telling a story that was reflecting their own lives, and I think that's why there was such a strong response to it. People have all been, throughout the world, have been through an incredibly unique experience in human history to be locked down for as long as they were, and to have certain rules that they never thought they would agree being, you know, in their lives. And the Silo has, you know, is the epitome of the lockdown and the limitation of rights and the suppression of dissent. And I think there's so much in the storytelling in Silo that reflects the world we're in.
Legends. I mean, they're both legends, right? And you know, I remember the first time I worked with Tim. All of a sudden you're in the presence, and he's 6'6". And you're all those things that were, you know, all of a sudden you're like, you know, he's one of the greatest actors of all time, you know, and Common is the most kind guy in real life, but such an intimidating force on screen. It's amazing to watch, you know, and it was a joy.
Yeah,
right?
They're both really genuine and generous people as well, which is awesome to see them be so counter from their characters. And I honestly, you can imagine Tim not even talking to you. So the fact that he actually is like down to earth and like generous with that is amazing.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram for more content. Bye for now.
You try to open the door again, and I'm gonna kill you.
Everybody thinks that I'm okay. Sometimes I think I am too. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm waiting for the shockwaves to begin. Oh, won't you let me hold you for one time? Just a rainy day in a London cafe, a London cafe. So give me one last serenade. Say to me, or swear at me till the night turns into day. And it was a shame when daylight faded, because we didn't notice at all.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.